This
saying
conference will
which
now
domain
be
you're working
recorded.
and which domain you're working and which model you are specialized. Yeah, just that thing. So we can start with Sarang first.
Yeah. So hi all. Good morning. So actually, I have worked in Success Factor for 8 years around. So and I have experience in primary model is compensation and variable pay, secondary employee central, and also specialized in role based permission.
Oh, thanks, Sarang. Then Raj.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Morning, Ashok and Kash. So, I am a global HRIS manager working in MNC, responsible and accountable for the portfolio of reporting and analytics.
Okay, thank you, Raj. Deepika.
Hi everyone, good morning, good evening. So my name is Deepika and I'm working in Accenture. I have around 3 years of experience in Nepal Central. So in data migration, I have knowledge. Yeah, that's all about me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Then Kirti. Okay.
Very one
Ravi.
and all.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. 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 Yeah, yes. Kirti. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Uh, myself, I'm Kirti, and I am working as a HR head for Inware company. And right now, I'm handling around 8 years of experience in success factors in various modules like recruitments and PMS.
Oh, thanks, Kirti. Uh, so Ravi. Yeah.
yeah. Myself, Ravi. Currently, I'm working as a freelancer. So I do have
Okay.
experience on Employee Central from past 10 years, time of timesheet, global benefits, and everything. So I'm looking forward to learn storyboard reports.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ravi. Vamsi.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Myself, Vamshi, more than 8 years of experience in success factors, working in employee central, time of model, compensation wave play I worked on, and even on onboarding also I'm trying to work on actually. Core experience is easy in time off. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Vamsi. Kedar.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Kedar and I have around 4 years of experience in success factors. Currently working in LMS and PMGM modules. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks. Now Sushila. Sushila. I think you joined a bit late, so we just want to have your introduction, saying about what is your experience and what is a core module. Sushila, we can't hear you. Anything? I think anybody else can hear Sushila. I think I'm not able to hear her if she's speaking. She's on mute.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, no worry, no worry. You can. Yeah, maybe some. Yeah, no worry. So, hi guys. Good morning, good evening. So we will begin the session from today. So yeah, no, I think she's going. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So today we are going to begin with report center, and once we complete report center, we will go process wise. So we will go one by one. So what is with my experience, what is required to learn story reports, is that story as I know that most of you want to learn story reporting, but basically what happen if you have a good knowledge about a basic functional part of table and canvas and report center, then it's easy for you to understand conceptual part of story, because story is nothing but a combination of the SAP BI tool, that is SAC, and the legacy tools what we have. So if we able to understand the table and canvas, so it's very easy for you to understand the logic of story reporting. Then you can correlate how story and canvas and table as interrelated, because the conceptual way it is a similar thing, but they have just given some add-on features on in that thing. So that is the reason we'll go with all the stuff, because right now story also has some disadvantages, some limitations. So the cope of the so until and unless the tools are there with us, the canvas and table, we can use that tool as a option also, in terms of, for example, if your story is not working, you just stick it to SAP. So but you need to have some other reports that need to be need to be run on daily basis. So in that case, you can use canvas or table to build those reports and keep those reports as a secondary reports, and they can use whenever the story fails. So as a practice, what we do already, once we build any canvas story report, we also take a backup as story canvas reporting, because story reporting right now, it may happen during when is during releases, you may have also seen that thing. Story has lots of issues in terms of errors and those things, and it take much time to get those errors resolved. So unless until you can't sit stand still and saying that, okay, unless until the reports are not get resolved, we can't work. So because all the entities works on reports, so that is the reason you can have a backup of that. And if you have a knowledge to build all three reports in the repository, so you have a good chance, so you will have too much confidence in yourself also, and you can have much more options with you in terms of building the reports. So we'll discuss one by one, so no worry. So today we are going to start with the report center. So guys, basically, report center is a centralized place, where we can perform all the reporting actions. So if somebody wants to do anything with terms of reporting, you need to go back to report center. So report center basically is a centralized tool. So there you can have see all your reports, what reports you have built, what is the reports have shared. So depend upon your processes, you'll see the access, whether you can see all reports or the reports only which share with you. So basically, this is a overall normal introduction of report center. We'll go in the system and see all those things a bit later. So before going there, so I just want to tell you about the permissions that you need to require to give to have report center. So unless and until report center permission is not given, so people cannot you know see the report was shared to them. So first and foremost option is that we should enable the report center option to the users. So if the user is an admin, so in that case you need to give these permissions to them. That is permission to manage dashboards and slash reports. So there you need to give permission of manage report center, share the reports, view schedules, and and the schedule reporting on SFTP. And if you want to give the permissions only to the users, end users, just to run the report and get the data, so there in that case you can give them permissions under reports permission as a report center and schedule reports. So guys, this PPT is going to share with you along with the document, yeah, afterwards. And then for example, there is another issue what happened. So sometime you have seen that you have built some kind of reports, and what happened accidentally, you are not able to see those reports in your report center. So in that case, what happened, there's some sync issues happening. So in that case, what you can do, just type on the search option, that sync report center tool, and then just sync those canvas reports, canvas table, or which report is not there in the repository. Just go and click on that and then sync the report, and under one sync has completed, the report is come in the repository. If also doing this activity reports are not there, so then you need to go back to SAP. Yeah, but most of the thing, 90% using this option, your report is uh, that particular thing, all the reports which are not there will come in the reports in the repository. Yeah. So these are the navigation parts. So we are going to see those things in the tool itself, and I will going to explain each and every part of the tool what is now showcased in the PPT. So guys, let's start. So you can ask me any questions in the middle. If, for example, because right now I'm not able to see those things, your hand raised here. If you have any concern, any issues, you can just stop me there and you can ask those questions if you have.
Uh,
So,
yeah, hi,
go ahead.
Akash, this is Ravi here.
Yeah.
Akash, most of the times I could see that once we enable the
Mm-hmm.
reports from Upgrade Center,
Mm-hmm.
most of the times the canvas doesn't get turned up automatically. So
Yeah.
always we need to raise a case with SAP and get the
Yeah.
things to be done.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid this, is there any steps that we should follow that we can do it ourselves instead of raising a SAP ticket?
No, actually, what happens? So what happens? So there is also permission need to given by provisioning. So what happen if doing those activities after giving the provisioning plus you had done from the upgrade center, if you're not able to see those reports in Canvas reports, so basically what happened? SAP has a more option in terms of WFA. So what happened? They just go back. Because that options we don't have as a customer or as a service partners. So those are options only are with SAP. So what the SAP do that they just go back and change your ELMs. So backend they have a WF access of each instances. They just go back and just link those WF instances and they just link those RLMs there. So once they click on the RLMs, so you have all the data attached to that thing. So that options we don't have with us. Yeah, for that SAP only need to help.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Akash, so you mentioned repository actually.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
what is your definition here? I mean, which placeholder you are saying?
Yeah, this. So I'm just showing. So this is the repository where you can see all your reports. So basically, Report Center is nothing but a placeholder where you can see all your reports, what is built by you or shared by you. So right now, for if you are admin, then you can see these two options: My Reports and All Reports. So in My Reports, what happened? Whatever reports has been built by you, or the report is shared to you, will come under My Reports. In all reports you will get all the reports built in the system irrespective of the person. So this access only given to the admins, not with the end users. The end users will only going to have this access, My Reports.
So
Yeah.
when you run, so when you will run the sync report, actually,
Mhm. So sync report is that, for example, what happened? You build these many reports, or you build some new reports. So what happened? Your report will not come in this repository. So you just build the report and then just search the report by name, but the report will not appear here because there is syncing issues. So in that case, what you can do that first thing is that just go back and see the filters, and then if again then go back and see the report center sync. Do the report center sync, the sync will happen, and automatically whatever the reports you have built, that will come in this repository, and then you can use that report. So basically what happened with the new implementation, we used to get these issues with the new fresh instances. With old instances, we rarely get these issues, but with the new live implementations we get lots of issues with respect to this thing. So in that case, just go and search by report center sync, and you can do that thing. We'll talk about those things again in this session. So I will just go one by one, so that we'll get more interrelated things. Yeah. So this is this was just a glance. So I just want to give you the information of the permission parts. Yeah, that's the most important thing, and rest of the thing we'll discuss right now. Yeah, in this because on this tool it's easy for you to relate the things. Just because I personally believe that theoretical in reporting, it is best option to give in a practical way rather than theoretical. So we'll explain these things to you in this, so we'll get the idea how the things are interrelated.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, let's start. So as I said earlier, so here you can, once you open the report center from home page, so you'll get this page. Okay. So this is a page, a repository where you can get all the reports what you have built. So whatever actions that you need to perform in terms of reporting, you need to come to this particular page called as report center. So basically here what you can see that, for example, if you want to build a new report, you want to import option, whatever things you do in with terms of reporting, this is the only option available. If somebody will go and ask you that they want to see the report, they are not able to see the report thing, the first option, you just go back and check whether they have access of report center or not. If they don't have access to report center, they can't view any other reports in the in the SF tool. Yeah. So basically, when you come here, you can see here we have two options available. So as mentioned earlier, my reports and all reports. So my report means that the report which is built by you or shared to you. In all reports, what happens? The report which is built by everybody in the system. So you can see all those reports here. So once you see the repository, so basically depend upon the accesses, because most probably the admin would be less in the organization. So very less people have this access of all reports. But apart from that, all the end users will have this my reports only option. And basically, so now you can see here we have given first, here you can see the name of the report. So this will give you the entire naming thing. And then the author of the report. So author means the report which is built by the individual. And then we're going to get the last modified thing. So when the report was last modified. So by here you can gauge the things when the report was lastly used by somebody else. But here you can't get the name who has used the report. So we get lots of inquiries where they want to see the audit report where, and they want to see who as individual has checked the reports or run the reports. So they want that log. But unfortunately, we don't have that thing with us. We can only get the last modified date and time, not the individual who has done the change in the report. And then this is a type. So here we can see which report type the report is built on, whether the report is built on canvas, table, story, and so on. And then we have action items available here. So this option will help us to run the report. Then this option is going to be labels part, and this we have every report has these many action items. We will discuss each and every action items in detail. Yeah. So this is the first overview of the entire reporting thing. And then these are the by default thing. And then everything's going to see by default for each and every instances. They are not going to be changed. So now here we have much more actions that we perform. Here is that if you want to create a new report, you just click on the new option, and then you can see whatever report access has been given to you. You can see those things like canvas, table, tile, dashboard, and story. So right now we have these many reports in the repository. So in the training, we are not going to discuss about tiles and dashboards because it's going to be get depreciated by this year only. So we're not going to discuss that thing. Yeah. And then once you want to build those reports, just click on this and click on select, and you then afterwards you can build those reports. So we are going to see those actions in the coming sessions. So how to build table, canvas, and story thing. Yeah, but this is a place via which you can build your new report. You just cancel this thing. Now we have import. So basically what happened, import is a placeholder where is you can import your report. So right now what happened, so SAP has given some standard reports, and that standard report can be utilized as the first option or a start point of your reporting thing. So SAP has, for canvas we have templates given by the SAP. The SAP on saphelp.com, SAP has given the templates for canvas reports. So depend upon your requirement, you just need to first extract that particular templates from the saphelp.com in a zip folder. Then from zip folder, you just need to find which report you want to get imported, sorry, and then you just get that thing in one of the report that you need to have in the system. Just extract that report and place it in your download or desktop, and then import that thing. So here, so we are going to discuss that thing, how to import a standard report of canvas also at the end of the training, because then because till that time you're going to familiar with the tool, so it's easy for you to relate those things. So that is the reason. So if you want to import any kind of standard reports, you just click on you just need to for canvas, what I'm saying, you just need to get that particular template, XML templates, and then import that thing, and just click on the option, you will get the things imported. Then second option is that, for example, you want to have instances. If for example you have built some report in your Prev 10 or test instances, and then you want to move the reports into the new instances like production and those things. So in that case also we use this option. So there, what you do, that the first thing, the first you just need to import. First you need to export the report from this, and then that report need to be imported to the new system via this option. First step is that just click on this report as export. By default, the report will get exported to your download folder, and then afterwards click on the import, and now click on the import thing, and the report is get imported to new folder, new system that you want to have. So there are two scenarios in where you can use the import option. Then again we have option given by SAP as content store. So SAP has given some standard reports also. SAP has given around 50 standard reports that you can use as a primary, as an initial point in the reporting. So they have given good amount of reports. Most of the reports are there in terms of Employee Central. There are 3 reports for LMS and around 2 reports for onboarding. And yeah, so you can see here. So whatever reports they have built, they have given those report name, and they have given the description and the tags for that thing, which model caters which particular thing. For recruiting, they have given a normal processes to reports there. Then we have Employee Central and learning and so on. So you can see there most of the are the Employee Central reports only, and they are going to increase the this particular content store repository also. So earlier for RSM they don't have any much reports. Right now they have given 2 reports for recruitment. So what you can do, you just need to click on this option and click on the import, then the report will get imported. So we are going to see this thing at the end of the session, that training, how we are going to import that thing and how to remove the errors. Because once you import any standard reports, it's sometimes it may happen that the report will not run properly, because this report has built on SAP instances, and so it may has that your instance and the SAP instances having some differences. So that is the reason that your report will not work properly. So we will see how to import the report and how to remove those errors from the report at the end of the training, once we come to the entire the module of the story reporting. Yeah, so this is the conceptual way of the import thing.
Akash, hi,
Yeah,
Sarang here.
yeah,
So I have one
yeah,
question. So the reports in the content, what you share right now, so
yeah.
are those all Canvas reports or how?
No, no, these all are story reports. Story reports.
Okay, okay. These are,
Story
yeah, it
reports.
is written here actually.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
story.
story reports. Yeah. So Canvas reports, we don't have option right now what given for stories. So for Canvas report, there is, the input on saphelp.com. The SAP has given around 20 a template, a zip folder. You need to go
Mm-hmm.
there and download the folder from there from saphelp.com. And then once you get the particular zip folder, then you need to see which report you want to get exported, sorry, imported. So just take that report into a desktop and just import that thing. So for Canvas, I'm saying, but for story, they have given straightforward thing, very easy in story. You just need to come here
Uh-huh.
and see what report you want to have.
Okay.
Just click on this and just import here, and the report will get imported in the system.
So
Will not.
Canvas report, is it not like something we can build it from scratch here
No, no, we can
from
we
the
can build that thing. I'm just saying, sometime you require, sometime if you don't want to build report from your own, you can SAP has given those templates. You can use those things on your
okay.
own. It's
Okay.
it's your choice whether you want to build from the custom reports or you want to have standard reports. It's not compulsory. SAP has made that you need to go and use those reports. SAP has
Mhm.
given for just for the references. So you can just use those reports as a reference point, and then you can do some changes in those reports and make them custom reports. Yeah, it's depend upon
Okay.
your choice. It's not like it's not a compulsory thing.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Just close this thing. Yeah, yeah. So this is the option of import. Now I will come to labels at the last, because I will showcase how to build those things. Yeah, and then we'll go here as search option. So for example, you want to have lots of reports in the repository. You're not able to see those reports. Sometimes very difficult. You just go and scroll those things and get the reports. Also, so if you know the report name, just search just type the report name here, and you will get the report name here. For example, I want to select demo. For example, I want to see the demo. I'm going to click on. You can see what your report built by this demo. These are not case sensitive. Okay. Then you can see which report you want to see. And this just, for example, I want to click on this demo. Click on this, you'll get that report here, like this demo. Then you can use the particular reports. So this is use case of a search option. And then we have like sorting. So if you want to sort the things, want to sort the report by ascending, descending, by the last modified type or author or name or type, you can do that thing. Yes, yeah. Then the come is the filtering part. So right now you can filter this particular repository using these options. First is a type, then we have author, then last modified by, and by labels. So basically type means that you can filter the report by type. For example, you have lots of reports in the repository. You only want to see your story reporting there. You don't want to see for other reports. So just click on the story reporting and then you can see that thing and click on go. Then you can see you only see the story report in the repository. But there is one thing that need to be consideration. Once you apply the filter, always go back and remove the filter. What happened? People come and apply the filter and then they forget to remove the filter. And next time when they come to instance and they want to use canvas report, but they will not see the canvas report in the repository. Then they get panic. Where are all my reports and those things? And they miss to see this particular filtering thing. So again, they just go back and they restick it to SAP and those things happens. So as I mentioned earlier, so if you're not able to see any kind of reports in the repository, first go back and check if any filters are applied there or not. So if the number is 1, so it means that there is some filter applied. Then click on this filter and then remove the filters, then you will get that thing. So this usually happens with the new implementation thing, live implementation. So there people were not used to this particular tool. So this initially they apply filter, they forget to remove the filter, and then the next day come back and they'll get panic mode and then say where are all my reports and those things. Yeah. So this is a measure you need to take once you apply the filters. So same way you can apply filter on author. So for example, you only want to see the report which is built by like this particular individual. So you can do that thing. Then you want to have by last modified date. So you want to see that when the report has been for you want to see for which particular date or time that report has been last modified. So you can use that thing as a filter and get that thing. And then labels. So if you want to see, because we'll showcase the labels yeah, at the end of the session. So labels options will showcase this filtering once we're done with the label part. Yeah. So this is an option via which you can use filtering thing. So basically we only use the type reports. We rarely use last modified by, but in terms of audit trail things, you want to see which report has run by that thing. You just come back and see those things. Click here on the last modified date and just get the things which report has last modified by this particular timestamp or those dates. Just go back and do that thing or author name. But basically we use type as most of the time to get this particular thing filtered. So here we have filtering options given by SAP. It's a good option. So in that case, it will make you work very faster. Yeah. So I'll just go back again. How to remove the filter? Just click on cancel. Click on go. And then you can see this option is there. It's not right now. Move to 0. Get that thing. So guys, in
See,
doubt, yeah,
author is the one you originally created this
yeah.
success
Author
factor,
is
right?
the one who has built the report. Yeah.
Someone modified, their names cannot be updated or
No, no, no,
override the author name, right?
no. Author name is going to be by default system. For example, if you share this report to somebody else also, there also the author name is going to be the same thing. So it's going to be author is going to be a static field throughout the system. It will not change
Um,
as per the people has lost modified. It will not change that way. SAP
can
must
we
have
able to,
SAP must have
yeah.
given that thing, but yeah, unfortunately the SAP is not yet given that functionality.
If I want to add more filters by foundation elements, can I able to do that?
Not here, not here. So those filter will apply on the in the reports. So in the report, when you're going to build that report, in that report you can apply. So these filters only apply for this repository, the report center thing, not on the inside the reports. So what you're saying is in this repository, on that page only, you're going to see those filters. They need to be applied, and we're going to get perform actions. So those filters you are telling, those filters will apply on the in the report itself, like canvas or table or story. So we can do that thing. We can apply filters there.
For
We'll see that thing.
example,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example, I have a 6 business units running in multiple countries. I
Mm-hmm.
want to filter by, I don't want to go to individual. I want to give it to the business unit wise group of people.
Mm-hmm.
So then in that case,
Yeah,
I shall have. Mhm.
yeah. We have share option available. We'll tell you that thing also. No worry. Yeah, is there, we can do that thing. So we can do that by sharing the option. Yeah, we can share the reports where based on the groups and users. We'll tell you that thing in the coming next part. Yeah, so we can do that thing via sharing the report. We can do that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a bit straightforward thing in terms of filtering part. Yeah, I'll just click on filter again. Yeah, to make this, my bad, sorry. Yeah, Now we will come to the most important thing, is that the run action items. So right now you can see here we have these many action items available. The first is running the report. So this means by you can run the report. Run the report means that you can take the report into the export formation. So for every report type has different, the export view. So we'll see once we're going to run the report, once we're going to build that report, once we go to in the building the report the type. So there we will see how we are going to run the each reports. So run means you're going to run the report, and once you run the report will go to export page for canvas and table. But in story it will just go back to your normal page wherein you can also edit the report or view the report. But in canvas and table you can only take the export of the report after doing run option. Edit means that once you want to edit the report, you just need to click on the edit. And for canvas again is going to be page designer, and then those things. And in table also you will get to only get the designer page. Yeah. So in story again, once you click on the report as edit, also you will get the page wherein you can do edit or view the page. We'll see all these two options when you're going to see the reports building, canvas and table. So once we build any report, we'll just go back and see how to edit the report, how to run the report, and those things actions. So now the share part. So I just coming to the question. So here we have sharing the report. So but basically what happened, once you build the report, that report will be with you only, the person who has built the reports. Automatically the report will not share with the individuals or come to all the repositories. For example, you have around 1,000 peoples and they have all has a reporting access. Then by default they will not see those reports unless until they don't have all reports option basically. So once you build the report, that report need to be shared. So the report is need to be shared. So how the report that need to be shared? The report can shared by an individual, by a group, or by a role. So for example, if you have a situation where the report is need to be shared to less than 10 peoples, so in that case what you can do, you can use as a user as an option. If you want to have, the report need to be shared multiple users, so in that case what you can do, either you can use a permission group thing, so it work on the option the way you build the groups there, manage permission group and manage permission role. So then either you can use a group option or a role option. So as the question asked earlier, so in that scenario you can just assign a role to that particular legal entity. The role which has a target population for that legal entity, you can just click on this option and search that role and share the report with those individuals, so that that report will only share with those people only, which has that option of the target population of that legal entity. So you can use that option. So how to apply filters? The first is a click on the user, and here just click on the name. For example, I just give one name like something like that. If I like example Virat Kohli, someone has given the name. Okay, so just click on the name. Then you want to have other name given. So I just click on YT. Just do this thing. So in the same way, just type the initials. You'll get the report, the individual names, and then search the right name what you want on the name on which the report need to be shared. Click on this, and now just click on go. Once you click on go, then you have these many options available. Then click on these two options, and then click on this save. Once you
So
click,
Ankar,
yeah, yeah.
one here. So one thing is here is like, suppose for example I'm an admin, okay,
Mhm,
and the person to whom I'm sharing the report, it may be India HR or US HR or APAC
mhm,
HR.
mhm,
So like the HR will have a limited permission to their restricted population, okay, like India HR
mhm,
will have a permission to only India employees. So
mhm,
as an admin, I will, if I create the report and I'll share
mhm,
with those HRs, so they will
mhm.
only run for their respective population, right? It will not like they will also run the report for all the population which I have the access, because admin used to have access to all employees.
Yeah, yeah. So what happened in that case? So see, in reporting, see reporting. What we do as the first step is you build the report. That is your part. Once you build the report, you share the report. So once you share the report, then depend what RBP that individual has. Based on that, he can see the data in the report. So for example, you are admin, so you can see all the data of your entire company. But the HR user like India HR or US HR, so India HR will only see the data of Indian people of that particular target population, which is assigned to the RBP. So here everything works on RBP, what data the individual can see in their reports. We only has access, we only has control to build the report, but what data is going to come in the report, that is controlled via RBPs. So we don't have any, with the reporting standpoint of view, you should make 2 points clear. The first thing, as a reporting expert or report development, you can just build the report and share the report to the user, and then user run the report. So whatever data he can see in the report will depend upon the RBP given to him. So
Yeah,
reporting and RBP works together in these
yeah, good,
scenarios.
good. Thank you.
Akash, so the question from Sarang. So the
Yeah, yeah,
RBP respect what has given to an employee the target population on employee
yeah,
data and the
yeah.
employee settle effective data portlet. Correct?
Yeah. So
Okay, great.
for example, in a Canvas report, for example, you share a Canvas report to individual. So what happened? For example, you have built a report on compensation. I'm saying, but that particular individual don't have access to see the field level permission of compensation things. So by default, once you're going to run the report, he'll say error there in the report. He can't run the report itself. The error would be saying that you don't have permission to run this particular report. So if you want you want that user to run the report, then the user need to be given that permission. So then only the field level permission I'm saying. So then only the report can run by the user in terms of canvas and table. But
Great.
here you can see in terms of story reporting, what happens. Story reporting, you have access, you can see those particular, you can run the report, but you only going to have the field label name like compensation thing, but in the under the field, all the values are going to blank, no data in the field. So that is the part. So by default, they are going to restrict, they are going to respect what RBP has been given to the individual. Based on that RBP only, you can see data in their report. It's a straightforward thing. So here so as the reporting guy, we don't have any kind of that responsibility on our head saying that what data is coming in the report. As a reporting standpoint, you use that we just see, for example, what happened, data coming wrong in the report, something that is our responsibility. But what data is coming in the report, less or more, this is not our responsibility. This is the responsibility for the RVP team. So basically what happened, if you go with the live implementation thing, the RVP and reporting usually work together and make sure that the individual will have the right permissions given to them. Yeah. But as a reporting expert or report builder, as a report admin, you don't have to take care of that particular thing because it's not under your consideration or your responsibility. Your responsibility only is that to build the report and share the report to the given users. Yeah. So the first option is that this is the way you need to share the report. So what to do, how to do that thing? I just click the name, click on the save, and then you can see here the report has been saved. Just a minute. Saved. Once you get the option, the report has been saved. Now you can see you have two options available. So if I same way for a group here, you just need to write the group name. For example, you want to have like some SF, for example. You will see all the groups that has been created. And for example, click on the group name and just click on the go. Same option, click on the go, click on this and click on share. Once you click on the share, you'll get this option. And always do one thing, don't give edit and full access from this. So what happened, so it will be contradict the things. For example, on the RBP you have given only the view read access, and here you are giving the edit access. Sometimes what we have seen is that the report will not work properly, they will get errors in running the report. So make sure that is always try to that all the things should be given should be governed by RBPs, because it's very difficult for the auditing purposes. For example, if you're given the read and full access here, and the individual must not see that particular thing full access with respect to that, so again it will difficult to find the root cause. So because you can't see those things, any logs or something, you need to go back and see all those things. So we have seen those things. So SAP is given this functionality, but no, don't try to use this thing. Always try to give as a read option available. If you want to see that data, that should be governed by the RBP, because you should have a good audit trail for those things. If something bad happens, so you can have the access, okay, this is done by, because especially if you catering the German clients or those European clients, so they are very uh, strict with the data adherence and those things. Unnecessarily you will be in the uh, you know the compliance things and those. So while you can just share the reports, most probably in terms of data weaving and those things always should be controlled via RBP thing, because that has a better control, and where you also going to have chance to do to, if something bad happens, you have the option to see from where the things are happening. For example, somebody has given this option as edit in full and save the report, and you don't know who has given those things, and you are just saying all the RBPs and those things in the RBP is giving us right or information, but still the user is able to see all the data in the report. So again, there's a mismatch, and getting the root cause very difficult then. So we have seen those things. So always try to give as the read options only. Don't try to change the option to edit or full access. If you want to do that thing, just go back and do via RBP. Yeah, in the same way like a role. If you click on the role, click on this like any name like C or something. Just giving as example I'm giving. Click on the role, click on this, and click on this, and now click on save. So in this way, you can share the report. And now how to unshare the report, you should be able to understand that thing also. Just a minute. Hit this thing. Yeah, it's saved successfully. It means that report has been shared. So you can see here the count has changed to 2. So this means that the report has been shared. So how to unshare the report? You just come, click here, and click on again save. Now just you can see here, it takes some time. Yeah, save successfully. So now you can see the count has changed to 0. So in this way, you can going to unshare the report or share the report. We don't use this particular as a filtering thing, but you want to apply filters, you can do that thing. So available. Basically, we only give the you just share the report by the role name, a group name, or a user name. Here, best option. So basically, when to use user and when to use group and role. So if we have less than more than 10 users, that report need to be shared. So basically, it is going to be a group and role, depend upon your choice. Or if it's only 2-3 users, then you can use this thing. Basically, when we, for example, you have built a data validation report basically, and you have testers. So in that you have various testers. You can't share the report individually. So in that case, what you do that thing, you just go back and create a role for them as a tester role, and you can just use the role then share the report. So within one click, the report shares with those users under that particular target population or that particular target group. So basically, we use the role options more frequently than group because we also need to understand which target population see which kind of report. Yeah, so you can use this option role as a thing if you want to give the report to more users. So was any doubt, any concern in the sharing the reports? Because this is the most important thing in reporting after creation of the report, how to share the reports. Okay, so I just come to here back again. So now you can see here. Now you can see here we have a symbol called as this. This symbol means that the report has been shared with somebody. Now you can see here. Okay, so we'll go to the next part. That is the rename thing. So when to use rename? So rename and duplicate has interrelations. For example, what happened once you have a requirement, whereas you have built some reports, and what happened you need to some changes in the report. So never ever work on the build report. Always take a duplicate the report. We have this option called duplicate. Like this, duplicate the report. Once the report is duplicated, you will get a copy of that. See, you'll get this thing, get a copy of that, and then just go back and rename the report. For example, want to rename this report as your name by test or DNA. Don't use the report, something like this, and then save the report. And then you just open this report and do all the testing and those things. And once you get the result what you want, then apply the same in the main report. Because again, what we have seen, if you build a good report and somebody asked if you add some more fields or delete some fields, so you have just gone in the report and do some changes, and accidentally you have saved the report and you don't know what things you have done. You're not able to recall those things. So again, then it's really difficult to get the root cause of that and those things. So as a safety measure, as I said, always duplicate the report, pre-built report, make changes, work on that as much as you can. Once you get the result what you want to have, and then just replicate the particular things what you have done to the main report. So in that case, we use rename and duplicate functionality. Then delete. So for example, the same thing. If you want to delete the report, you can do just click on this report here like this, and click here, come here, and delete the report. Something's given. And then we have the last option is that new schedule. So scheduling is nothing but option via which you can share the reports to users. So like right now we can share the reports via share option. So for example, you want a report on regular basis. So it's not it's not feasible to every time you just come and download the report. So in that case, what you can do the scheduling of the report. So in scheduling, you can do two kind of scheduling. The first is offline, second is online. So we'll discuss each report type. When you're going to see how to build that report type, then you're going to see how to schedule the report. I will just give you the overview of that, how the tool look like scheduling. Yeah, I will just tell you we'll just give the overview. We'll see those things in details once you're going to build that report thing. So it's easy for you to interrelate the things. So scheduling is basically what happened. We can schedule the report on SFTP or on emails. So basically what happened in terms of table and reports, we can schedule the reports on SFTP, but in terms of story, we cannot schedule the report on SFTP. If you have a requirement saying that that report need to be scheduled on SFTP, in that case, you can either use a table or canvas. You cannot use story report for that because SAP has not yet given this functionality for story reporting. So this is something page like, yeah.
So, SAP is like trying to get this fixed, like, or maybe they are coming with the story report can be scheduled.
Yeah, we can schedule story reports offline. Right now, you can see here. This is one of story reporting. So here we click on the step 2. So here step 3. So here we only have offline option. Offline means that we need to give the email IDs here and
Mm-hmm.
just type the email IDs, and then you have this option of notification, and then once the report has been scheduled successfully, you will get notification that report has been scheduled successfully. You will get a link there on the email. Click on the link, then it will route back to this page, and from there you can download the report from the report center. So this is the option right now as a of you. So you will not get a report extract in your email thing. You only get
Okay.
a link. You need to go back to system to get the report downloaded.
But with the offline, what I meant to say, like, okay, if I wanted to schedule on a weekly basis on a Monday, every Monday, I want to have this report. So, is that mail notification will come on every Monday like this?
Yes. For here, we will give this one occurrences. So when you want to have, you have
Okay.
once or recurring. You can click on recurring, click on this monthly, weekly. You'll get
Uh,
those things when you want to have those things. Monday,
ah,
Tuesday. If you click here as daily, you will get entire day. One, but here you want to choose like you don't want to have that report on your weekends thing. You only report I want to have on Monday to Friday or some days. Then click on this thing. This you get that
okay.
thing.
Got it.
It's not. You can do that thing. But in SAP, we don't have offline option, online option, like SFTP server. So what usually happened earlier? So why SAP come to story parts that earlier people is using only SF reporting as operational reporting. What they do, they build report in Canvas. They just schedule the report on SFTP, and from SFTP they drag the entire data to any data server like SQL and MySQL or something, and then from MySQL they route data to Power BI or Tableau or ClickSense or some other BI tool. So now what SAP want? SAP wants that their customers should work on their BI tool only. They didn't want the customers to go on a Power BI on those things again because they want to capture more market as much as they can. Because what is happening, they are getting the more, because the BI tool they get lots amount of money in terms of license fees. So SAP also want to cater that segment also. So that is the reason why SAP is so focused on story reporting, that they don't want their customers to go to some other BI tool for those things. So what they are saying, either use our tool story reporting. So that is the reason SAP has given free of cost of storage. So this report will come as free of cost. SAP didn't charge anything for this tool of story reporting
Ah,
because they
is it?
they want, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
So
no,
this is
that's quick actually.
yeah. So this is the way, and SAP is going to make this tool so stronger now in coming releases. So you will see those changes right now. If you run work on story reporting now, you will love the particular tool. Yeah, still it has some issues and limitations, but because it's in building phase. But this is most beautiful tool because your entire that segment or the thing you do in terms of getting into Power BI, I think not that easy. You need to have a data engineer, you need to have connectors, you need to have a separate team for that. It's lots of it's lengthy and more costly process, I can say that thing. So in this way, if we want to make cost minimize, so here you will get live data. So what happened in the kind of report type, so whenever the schedule will run, That time the new data will feed in the system, and then next day you will see the live data in the in the Power BI side also. But here in this SF reporting, you'll get live data by default. For example, you have done some changes in the afternoon, and just refresh
Mm-hmm.
the report, and you can see those changes replicated on the story reporting thing. So you didn't
Yeah.
need to wait for next day to see those data in your report. So that's the beauty of story reporting. And yeah, SAP is going to be working on that thing. Even though I think by coming, I think next 2 years, SAP also give the option to run the report on SFTP. That's
Uh,
also need to be given, but still now SAP has not yet given that functionality for story reporting. So yeah, we missed that thing. So see, again, the report scheduling is nothing but sharing the report to users. So for example, you have a use case that you need some report on regular basis. In that case, there's a no point to only come the report center and done the report. So what you can do, you can just schedule the report, give the time before you come to office, like 4 a.m. For example, you come to office at 9 a.m. So you can just schedule the report at 8 a.m. So by that time when you come to office, the report is get downloaded. You just need to come to come to report center and get the report downloaded. There again, you need to go back in the report and then click on the option export and click on those things. It's a time consuming process. So in that way, you can save your time of yours and others also. So we'll tell you when we see each report type, we will tell you how we're going to schedule the report, because every report type has different functionality in terms of report scheduling also. So we'll discuss that thing in detail once you're going to see build the reports like table, canvas, and story. But this is just overview how to schedule the reports. And I'll just cancel this because I don't want those things to happen. And I will go to the next part, that is we'll go to label as an end. Yeah, change author. So when do you change author is that, as I mentioned earlier, so in the demos also, that for example, if somebody has built this report, somebody, you have a reporting administrator who built all the reports, and that individual has left the organization or going to leave the organization by some reason, as a termination or a department change something. So in that case, what happened, you need to come back and change the author name. So what happened if you don't change the author name, and if the user is purged out from the system, so what going to happen, the reports what he has built also will get removed from the system. So it's very difficult to get the report backs from the SAP. It's 2-4 thing. SAP will ask amount of money and those things, and it's very tedious job. So as a thumb rule, so whenever somebody is leaving the organization, you should change the report name to that the person who's going to take in charge. For example, if you're not sure who is going to take the charge of the individual, then you just create a dummy user or a technical user like SF admin, and then give him all the reporting permissions, and then and then make him author. And once the person who will take the charge, and then you can share the report, unshare the again change the author to that individual. But this activity need to be done before the user will the user is purged out from the system. So in that case, you can use change author. For example, if you want to change the author, just click on the change author, then you'll get a name here. For example, you want to have like we just type like be something like this. I don't, this is dummy. You will see the report all the people who has naming here. So just click on this. For example, click on best run, and now click on save. Now you can see that the report has author has been changed. Yeah, there's some glitch in the system, so yeah, no worries. So yeah, so here click on save, then by default this particular author name changed to that individual. So this is the most important step right now in in the reporting. So people don't know this thing, and they we have seen those things. It's very difficult to get the report back once you move out of the system. So it's better to build that new reports other than just chasing with SAP to get back those reports. Yeah. So again, a time consuming process. Somebody has built the report. You don't know how the report has built, what is the report structure, what filters use, and those things. So it's better is that. So what we do, what I do personally is that once I build the report, what I do is that I just take the report export and keep it in my repository in my folder. Something thing like happen like this, at least I have the build ready. I'll then just import the report and get the things done. So you can also follow things for yourself. Once you build any kind of report, just go and take the report export and keep it handy with you in your folder. And then something happened to a report, existing report, you just go, you don't need to build the report from the scratch. Just import it and do the changes and get the report done. So these are some steps you need to follow, you can follow in terms of getting the report, safety. Because we have seen, again, we have seen that during the live implementation, those things may happen. The report get corrupted, somebody do some changes. For example, the more people have the access of those report, as an admin perspective I'm saying, then they can come back and do some changes, something bad happened to the report. So these things happens. Or else what you can do, duplicate the report and change and rename that report as a DNU thing, so at least you have a copy of that. So in both the way these things happens, but you should at least have some backup of the reports which are going to use regularly. Don't keep the report there itself with one copy. Always have two copies of that and one export thing if the report is very critical in terms of use cases. So here in this way you can use change author. Then we have a copy link. So this copy link option is only available for story reporting. So here what happened, I just click on the copy link, and that particular copy and this link can share with the users via email or those things, teams. But basically again, we don't encourage people to share the report via copy link. We want people to share the report via share option, and then they should come and run the report via report center. So yeah, so this is option of copy. And then I'll just go to the view schedules part. I missed this thing. So once you do the scheduling part, so here you will get these options available. So this is a place via which you can do perform all the scheduling thing. So again, I will discuss this particular thing option once we going to run the report, and we are going to schedule the report on each report types. What is this particular options here? So anything, as I mentioned earlier, if you get a link, once you report a schedule offline, you get a link. Once you click on the link, then it will route back to this particular page. And from here, my jobs, you are going to download the report what is been scheduled on this action item. So we'll discuss this thing entirely once we're going to schedule the report with the different report types what we have. So this is just a page where you can get all the scheduling things. So I will route back to the last option, that is the labels. So guys, in doubt here, I will take 5 minutes extra of yours, or you want to me to tell that tomorrow session is also doable. If you think this is too much for you for today's session, if you want that thing to, because label is most important thing, I need to tell you how to build that thing. So if you want that thing, tomorrow also is feasible. If what you all say, tomorrow or today, want to have the see that option.
Today is fine, I think.
Okay,
We
okay,
can
no
we can go.
Okay, then I'll just tell this. Yeah. So simple thing. Will not take much time. It's as simple as that. So labels are nothing but, for example, I'll just click on right now. This is a list view. If I click on the labels here, so by default, it will segregate your reports in the different folders. Like for example, what happened if you have a good if you have a live project going on. So what happened? You have n number of reports. So you don't know which report are usable, what report not usable, which reports are ready to be tested, and those things. So what you can do in that case, you can make a labels thing. You make a folders. What folders you can make, you can make folders depend upon modules, like you have employee central, because there are some reports built on employee central, RCM, PMG, all those things. So you can make those labels and also make a sub labels. So for example, you want to make a label like employee central. So in that label sub labels, what you want to have, the reports are ready, report need to be tested. I'm just saying example. So how to create those things, I'll tell you that thing. So if you want to see the entire report thing under labels, click on this. Or if you want to see the report thing under, as a list report, click on this report, then you can see under list report. Then now let's see how to build a label. Just for example, I'll just click here. I'll just come and create click on create. Once I click on the create, so I will have like employee central. Just giving an example. Then click on public, because if we don't click on public, then then labels, for example, you want that labels be used by others also, or click on public. Or else if the labels are only going to use by you, or the labels are going to seen by the people with whom the report has been shared, then only then in that case you can untick this option. Or else, because basically we want people to see those reports, because as an admin we want all people to see that labels, so we always click on public. And you can choose the color like this, and then click on create. And then I want to have another this thing, and click on done. Okay, now for example, this is a story, for example. Okay, I want that thing as a chain label as employee central. So how to give the labels to this particular report? Just click on the three dots, or click on label as. Now just search whatever label I have built this label, click on this and click on apply. Now you can see you have seen this option employee center. Okay, I have must have chosen two things. Yeah, I can take this and apply. Now you can see it's employee center. Now if I click on the labels here, now if you can see here under employee central, you have seen this report. Now here I want to have another sub label or subfolder, whereas I can see that the reports are ready or not ready. So I want to have some subfolders. So here which is called as nested labels. How to create that thing? So I'll again click on the list reports. I'll click on the go on the click create, and I will click as EC completed reports. This and then click it as a public, and then take a color and then choose a nested. Once you click on nested, so I will get the labels name, folder name. So I want that thing under employee central. So just click on the employee central, click on create. So now this has been created, and now click on done. Now I want this report to come under this. For example, this is a report. I'll just click on the labels. Now you can see here is not easy. This is just completed. Yeah. Now you can see here. So this is a nested label. So under employee center slash EC completed reports. So now click on this. Now click on apply. Once I apply here, you can see that under employee central, under EC completed report, this report will fetch. Now we click on labels. Now you can see under employee central, I have this report, and this I have another sub label. Click on this. Under this I have this thing. So in this way you can have multiple nested labels. If you want to have the report that is not completed, ready to test, and those things, you can have multiple things. Like you have the data validation reports, you have those things. So it's better to give this option, because in this case people knows which report are used. What happen if you don't give labels? Now what happen, people start working on your report which is fully ready, because they don't know the report ready or not ready. So is best way in terms of live implementation is that always give labels, so that people knows, and you also know which reports are ready, which report need to be tested, which report need to move to new instances. So in that way you can just give any labels what you want to have. So in doubt, any concern in label and nested label, anything not that need to be repeated, not understood?
I should go only with the module name, or I can go with the
any
role.
any name you can just type here. I'm just giving us example. In your report center you can make any labels, like you make folders in your C folder. For example, you have the way you make your things organized in your own laptop. You have a C folder, then you have your main folder. Under that we have all documents, then subfolder and those things. The way you maintain your laptop, your documents in your own personal laptop or company laptop, the same way we here also document on organize our reports with separate folders and subfolders. You can write any name here. We have just given as example. I'm just giving those things. It's depend on your requirement. You can do anything, right? Any label name you can give. For example, you want to edit the particular labels, click on manage. And for example, want to give this employee central, want to change the name. For example, change as some name like 123. I'm just giving example. Click on save. By default it will now change to that particular name, 123 123. Done. It's just a naming thing from our side. So depend upon your requirement, you can just go back and give any name that not says. But uh, fi- uh, just see the logic. Once you're able to understand logic, you can then you can use in your way. That's not that difficult. Any doubt in terms of logic building, how to build the labels and nested labels? Anything? Okay. So I just go to reports. So last part I will just tell you the bulk import and export. Bulk export. For example, if you want to have multiple report that need to be exported in one go, click on all. Then you can see here we can do multiple export zip, and we can do multiple deletion. So if for example you want to have 5 reports that need to be exported, just click on this and take the report that you don't want to have, get exported thing, until like this, and then click on export. Once you click on export, it will export as zip folder. Once you click on delete, it will get deleted. So in this way you can delete mass reports, yeah. So now the forum is open for Q&A. So we have completed with the report center part, and by tomorrow's session we will start with the reporting thing, the table reports. So any questions, anything that need to be discussed, you're not able to understood or something? Yeah, yes, Famsi.
One small question, Akash.
Yeah.
Now it's saying actually the module name is reports and analytics. Actually, now it's fine. Actually, it's Canvas, this ad hoc and whatever the table report. It's fine. Actually, what you're explaining is very good. Actually, it's not an issue.
Mm.
My question is that actually after reports, how the analytics works actually? What actually is analytics actually? Is there anything data mining something you are doing on this or what?
So here, yeah. So actually, here we cannot do forecasting thing or those things. It's going to be operational reporting, but you will get live data. For example, you want to see some, you know, predictive analytics on those things. Those are not possible in this tool. So basically, this tool is for operational reporting, and now with Story we can do some enhancement in terms of dashboard building. That is the tool.
Mhm.
So if you want to have, in terms of predictive analytics and those things, so SAP has more tools for that, which is called as WFA, workforce analytics, whereas you can just do the forecasting and all those things. And we have a tool like SCC and those things. Again, we also have a data sphere for that. So these are different tools. But right now, if you so this tool only get to data for operational reporting, nothing else.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, this completely report related to reporting only, but with a
Yeah.
new points or else with the new enhancements. It seems.
Yeah. So basically, what
Yeah.
happens is not that easy. You see, this report type, for example, you want to build a report, so you should be able to understand the tool itself, how to get the
Okay.
report done, how to take the fields and those things. So that's more difficult part right now. So what other things, what happen, other tools, what we have, they will give there. You only need to build the report. You don't have concern what data is coming, what data not coming in the report. You don't have concern. But in reporting, what happened, you need to also build the report. You want to check the data in the report. You want to see rectify the report and those things also. So that is the reason the reporting is a bit confusing here. And SAP has given lots of things in the report, so those things also not mentioned in the documents. So it's not easy for end users to go and learn from the document itself. So that is the reason,
Yeah,
the
correct, correct.
trainings are provided. Yeah.
So in this case, actually, stories are the new things which has been added to the
Yeah.
earlier existing version, right?
Yeah. Story is a newly
Okay.
added tool.
Okay. Thank you, Akash.
Yeah. Thanks. Any other question, guys? Anything? Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Akash. This is Ravi here.
Yeah. Hi, Ravi.
Uh, yeah, as we know that table and canvas is going to be depreciated by SAP sooner or
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Will you be taking a story as a priority in these sessions, or how many sessions that you're going to run for a story?
So story is going to be around 7 8 sessions. So priority, we have priority for each and every report. There's no like priority. We'll discuss each and every point in detail. So it's
I
yeah.
understand.
So it's not like that. So the reason I'm not taking story at the first, because story is nothing but a combination of legacy tools. So in story, actually, what happened? Just mute yourself. Yeah. In story, actually, what happened? So earlier in table and canvas report, we used to do some things separately. For example, you want to have a widget, you just go and build tile. You want to have a table report, you want to build a table report. You want to have a pivot of the report, you just go back and canvas. But with story, what we can do all those activities in one particular report, that is story reporting. So if you know table and canvas, then very easy for you to understand the story reporting. And next option is that right now canvas and table going to be there. And what going to happen, for example, you should able to have, so you will need, so you need to have just a minute. Yeah, so again you need to have an option with you. For example, if for example right now we can see that if something happened to your story report, so you should need to have a backup. So backup that need to build in canvas and story, because you will not see, story has some limitations that in terms of that story will not take more data in a report. For example, you have a report, whereas you have like employee master data report. So the if so and if you have more data in that particular report, more than million cells, so story will not perform wisely there. Will have lots of errors. So in that case, you need to route back to canvas and table thing. So you should able to understand to, for as a reporting consultant or reporting thing, you should be able to understand how to build table, canvas, and story. And if you know table and canvas, the building story is very easy for you, because you know the concepts of how the fields are interrelated, how the realms happen. So you will see that thing, you will gauge that thing once you build story reporting. So in the training, we are not going to have like we have canvas for more weightage, or story has a more weightage. We have given equal weightage for each and every report type. We will see each and in depth whatever there in this report type. In depth we'll go and check those things, and we'll discuss all things in detail for all report type. It's not like that for story we have less time or some more time. So depend upon the way you pick up the things, depend upon the time. For example, story, you need more time, we'll give more, 2 3 sessions. They're not like that, we don't bind to a specific those things. But usually we used to give 25 to 30 hours for the entire course. But yeah, in that course, in this particular time zone, we can finish the particular course. That's not issue. But we'll emphasize on each and every report type in detail. It's not like that for story we'll have less time, more time. We'll say all the things in details in this particular training.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, understands. Keeping SAP note that they're going to depreciate. So it's like more. We just need a basic knowledge of table and canvas. Right? It's not like we required more in detail. So that's why I asked. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
thanks for your answer.
Yeah, but actually, story actually, there's another inside news for that. SAP has right now taken back that decision. They will not doubt back. So unless and until they make stories so strong that people will not need to look back to canvas and table. So it will take time. It's not like a 2 years to 3 year down the line. It will take 4 5 years down the line. So see, in every release, SAP give 2 or 3 enhancements, not more than that. Just every yearly you will have not more than 10 or 12 enhancement in the story reporting. So then you can gauge that thing. It will take time, and people are big customers are putting lots of pressure on SAP to hold back that decision, because people have not that much trust on story till now. So that is the reason SAP, you will have time, 5 years, 6 6 down the line, you have that time with you. Within that time, you should have the knowledge of K-table and canvas, so that you can bypass the dependency of story thing. Because we have seen in the reports right now, for like EC reports, they fail sometime in the release time. The comp report, time management reports fails. So in that case, if you have backup of those reports, because they want data, either data won't come by story or canvas. Client doesn't want that thing, they only want the reports. They don't care the data come by canvas or table or story or something like that. At the end of the day they only need reports. In that case, this will come in picture, so you will able to understand the things. The reason being, we are giving training for everything aspect, is that it will give a added advantage to them. You will have better knowledge from others in the market. Because if you go in the market, people don't there are very less people who knows all the report type from the scratch. Very less people either know canvas or table or story. And the new generation, new people are coming, they only focusing on story part. But for them it's very difficult, to gauge those things. So you will see the comparison, how the story and table are interrelated in the coming sessions. Yeah. But yeah, as a training point of view, we will give equal weightage for each and every report type. And I will discuss in detail each and every report type, so that wherever in the future, if you have some kind of concerns or some kind of thing, you can just recall back what we have done in the training, and you can solve the issues or concerns you have. Yeah.